Hey guys, I'm gonna see if this will record this time. 'Cause I've been recording this for a little bit, but usually my content is based around video games, which I like to do a lot. But I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to tell some stories about teachers that I had. And I'm not writing scripts or anything. Sometimes my videos I would make points on a piece of paper, not like a script, but more like just points I want to get to. But this time I'm gonna try not to, because it's just like a random idea that I had, and if my phone's gonna let me record a video this time, then I'm gonna do that. Later today, I'm gonna have a more gaming video out today. I'm gonna be unboxing a Retron 5 because I had to buy a new one. But let's get into it. I want to talk about one of my teachers that I didn't like as much as others. I forgot her name, but it was a writing class, writing and reading, all that. Like it was all in one. I'm not sure if anywhere people have it differently, but that's how it's always been, at least for me, for in my schools I've been to. But I remember I used to draw. Like first thing, I used to draw on my hands a lot when I was in school. At least that year. Eventually, I moved to paper, but like I used to like to draw on my hands when I got really bored because I like to doodle. I'm not gonna say I was the best at doodling, but I like to do it. And I would go into a class. I went into a class one of these days that had some drawings on my hand, some little designs on my finger. It was really all over the place. It was really noticeable. I remember she got me in trouble for it. She said not to do it again, so I didn't. So the whole class, she would kept on getting on to me saying, "Don't do that." Like she kept on thinking I was doing it in class, which I wasn't. And she was so irritating. One of the most irritating teachers I've had. That's why I have a good bit of stories involving her. I'm not gonna tell just the bad teachers like that I've had. I'm not gonna tell just the stories on that. But see, I wasn't the best in the class. Like I tried. I never got in trouble or anything. She just really didn't like me for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I drew on my hands a lot, and we had to take a break for that class. And when I came back, she got on to me again, and I still haven't moved anything. She said, "I know you're doing it." I did it. Like I'm not sure if I can. I'm not sure how good it would be to like take a picture of it or something. Is that what I need to do? I guess. And she really irritated me. I also have another story with her. She would always give me a stink eye. I'm not sure what was wrong with me. I'm not like I didn't get in trouble. Like I'm kind of quiet. I never really do anything in class. Like the odd time that I talk to someone, I'll get in trouble for it. Like she just hated me. I'm not sure why. She was the ugliest teacher I've ever had and the meanest teacher I've ever had. And I'm not sure if it was just because I wasn't fat like her. Like I'm not sure what was the deal on that. And then the other story I have, like I don't have a lot of crazy stories about teachers. I have stories about other things. If you wanted to see more, I'm just putting these out there for now because like I don't want to put a whole bunch of random stories in one. I want to put all teacher stories in one, then maybe another one down the road. I'll do all this and that and this and that. Okay, back to my story. She just didn't like me. I'm not sure what was with her. Like I remember she would always tell me to meet her after class when I didn't do anything. Like we had to write a half a page in pen of cursive every day, right? I did that perfectly, well as good as I could, and she repeatedly got me in trouble for it. Okay, that one wasn't that important. But I remember my last day I had with her. I was moving soon, so she was getting on my nerves the whole year. As near the, I want to say, like it was halfway through the school year. I want to say that it was a good bit through the school year. Like I've had her for a little bit for her to get on my nerves about a lot of things. She just didn't like me. I'm not sure why. And I remember my last day we had to write stories, and I I like to write stories when I really get into it. Every once in a while, I get into this mood where I really want to write one really good. And see, she wanted us to write these stories, and mine was heavily inspired by anime, so it was really dramatic. I want to say like overly dramatic, and I did a pretty good job. Like I showed it to her. I had like 3 or 4 or 5 pages, and I had 5 pages. I think the cutoff date was like the cutoff was you had to have 4 pages. Like you had to have 4 pages of warrants, right? So I had 5 pages. So let's say I was doing pretty good. I just wanted to end my story, And I think we had like 2 days left of the assignment. Like as I told you, I was already pretty much checked out because I wasn't gonna be in that school for very much longer, and sorry, I was figuring out where I was at, and I remember I was really close to being out. I remember the day before, I even showed her it already. Like I already was far enough to show her what I've done, and I remember she said it was really good. She thought it was really good. She said, not meaning to brag, but she said it was the best. Like it was one of the best in the class that she's seen so far. So I was like, good. I'm close to being done. But the next day I forgot it, and I had other work to do anyway, so I thought I would just do that. She said, no, restart it. I said, I worked on this for 3 days, and I don't want to restart it. It's perfectly fine the way it is. Right now, if I just wrote it down again, it would be a waste of time. I'm probably going to finish this at home because I'm really excited to finish this one for some reason. I was really into it, and I wanted to finish it. And she said, no, write it again. And I told her, no, I'm not writing it again. I told her, I was already finished. I'm usually a really quiet person, but she was getting on my nerves majorly. And she was she started to say, oh, do you want to go to the principal's office? I said, bitch, please. I cussed at her. I said, please do. I would really like to go to the principal's office right now. And I told her I'll walk myself down there. And I did. And I remember I was so ticked off by her that they told me I could go back to class afterward. I said no, I'd rather just finish the day in ISS. Not sure why people hate ISS. I never minded ISS. Even right now the dictionary, because usually my teachers just really cool. They say, you know what, let's not give them that much wank. Because we're not doing that anything major. You can catch up later. So usually my teachers didn't give me wank while I was in ISS. And right now at dictionary just never seemed that big of a punishment for me. It seemed kind of relaxing, Rather deal with that than deal with other teachers and everything. I didn't have that many bad teachers. Just I don't have to walk to classes, so I'm fine here. And trying to make sure I'm doing fine on this timer. And cause usually on phone, for some reason, they can only let you upload 15 minutes. That's what I've noticed. If it's shorter to you, then tell me. But that's what I've noticed. Well, shorter or longer, whatever. Get back to it. Which one should I tell next? I'm trying to think of really bad teachers, but just off the tip of my tongue, I don't think I can think of any right now. I remember we had this one coach that just let people fight and everything. I thought that was pretty cool. I never got in any of the fights because I was kind of awkward. I didn't want to talk to anybody, so I certainly didn't want to get my ass kicked by anybody. But just in case, I've been in fights. I've won fights. I just would rather not get in them. I don't want to risk losing because that would hurt my soul. But I guess I should tell about one of my coolest teachers. Kind of a mix. I remember we had this one substitute teacher. I'm just trying to get to the 15-minute mark right now, so this is filler. I already told my main story. But I remember for a whole half a year, and it was writing, but the year before that one I just told you, I remember I had this really cool substitute teacher, because we had this really sweet teacher before that, but I really liked her. She believed in me. I let her down, but she believed in me. But, this substitute teacher, she was really cool. I remember me and her got along just fine. She was so cool. She even let my girlfriend at the time she wrote my girlfriend a note to her next class so she can come and hang out with me. That was the coolest thing ever. I remember it was so, we usually got done with her warrant relatively fast, so we watched movies for the rest of the time. So it was so cool that she would just let my girlfriend come sit in my lap while we watched the movie in school. And it was so awkward. I remember one time my girlfriend kissed me during class, but I thought I was going to get in trouble, but the teacher couldn't care less. She let us have our phones out and everything. And I remember one time, the coolest thing ever, I remember we had to write a story, like not a story, we had to write a letter to one of our teachers, and my other coolest teacher, Mr. Lane, he was cool because he let me sleep through classes, but he was bad because he let me sleep through classes. He never woke me up, because usually by the time I got to his class, I was really tired, so I just passed out. Like, I didn't mean to fall asleep, it just kind of happened. I was really lazy, and so of course I wrote my note to him, and just because why not? I didn't think he would get anywhere. And the substitute teacher, she said, "Oh, he mows my lawn." I was like, "Well, that's where his job went, from letting kids sleep." Never mind, Miss Lane. If you ever do watch any of my videos, I love you. I actually live near here now. I'm not sure if you'd want to see me. I'm not sure if we'd have much to say. I think we're only friends because we went to school, but whatever. And she actually gave it to him, and he actually sent me one back, which was cool. It was the coolest thing ever. I loved it. And I thought he was one of the sweetest things ever, just because, like, I haven't seen him for a long time. I'm one of those people that I do like the interactions I have with people. When it's like, I don't get along with many people. Like, I don't instantly start fighting with people. I just don't interact with them much. Like, I don't click with them enough. I'd want to talk to them. I don't click that much. But I remember she was really cool. Like, the coolest teacher I ever had. Like, one of those, like, I guess since I'm talking about that chick I was dating during that, I guess I should talk about when I got caught by a teacher kissing her in the middle of classes, because of course it was that time of your life where every girlfriend you ever have is that kissy feely thing that, like, you're all up each other's asses, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta meet you before class. Okay, I'm gonna meet you right here. We can meet right here and we kiss before the class. That kind of thing. It's really awkward to talk about, but that's how we wanted. That's how, I guess, how it was at the time. I remember I had this teacher that was extremely short, and I remember I kissed my girlfriend, and it turns out she was right fucking behind me, and it was scary, because she instantly yelled at me, and the thing that I still feel bad about is I didn't get in trouble. Like, the chick I was dating got in trouble, but I would rather me get in trouble, just because I feel like an asshole. Like I didn't know she got in trouble till after school, because if I knew, because it was like, she was the teacher that I went to class with, so I don't think she interacted with my girlfriend that much, so I didn't think she'd get in trouble. I thought maybe she would tell her teacher, and maybe she did, and her teacher might have been an asshole, and my teacher might have been less of an asshole. She wasn't never mean. I just caught her a lot. Like, I never get in trouble that much. I just managed to always get in trouble with her. But just getting to the point, I'm gonna upload this, test it, because I do have more stories to tell. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can think of some. I can talk about my most embarrassing moments. You can, so if you do like this video, put a like on it to let me know. And if you have any story ideas that you want to hear from me, then maybe tell me. And I've always wanted to do stories. I always wanted to animate them and everything, but I started testing around cartoon ideas, because all those cartoon people, and I realized animation is very hard when you don't have a computer. I actually tried. I have a short one that I took pictures of the drawing that I did. But thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time, I guess. Peace. What? That sounds stupid. Give me a catchphrase. And see you guys later. Please watch the rest of my videos. I need more views.